I'm so scared. Yesterday I wasn't too bad, but today, do you know what time it is? I'm supposed to be leaving right now, so I'm just gonna make this very quick, but I'd have nothing else to say. You're just gonna have to watch what I do because I'm too scared to talk. So you're just gonna have to watch what I do and then just try and catch on. Hi everyone and welcome back. So today's video is going to be very different to my other ones. Today's video is going to be a student vlog and I am going to go and get my A-level results. I'm quite nervous, but we'll see what happens. Guys, okay. I don't even know what to do with myself because I've just come back from getting my results. Right, so I'll just give you a bit of background as to what I was like as a student, what I got in my marks, etc, etc. So before, I like to learn things consistently throughout the year. So because of my subjects, I do economics, I do psychology, and I do food science and nutrition. Not so much food science and nutrition because that's more coursework based, but for economics and psychology, they're subjects that are very heavy on content. You have to learn it as you go along. In terms of psychology, when I had mocks and when I had assignments, I would consistently be learning content because there's a lot to do and I don't need to look over it until nearer to the exam. So that's what I was doing. I was getting consistent A's, A stars for every topic for majority of my marks. Economics was slightly different for me because it wasn't a subject that it came naturally to me. I had to work very hard to get to grips with economics. And so because of that, I would work very hard, and I remember there were some topics that I just really disliked and I would literally sit in a room and just work and work and work. And I remember in my last mock, I achieved an A, and even though I got that A star in psychology, just getting A in economics, like I couldn't believe it. I was so proud of myself because I achieved an A in economics. With food science and nutrition, slightly different because it's coursework based. You kind of know at the end of your coursework what type of grade you're looking to get, whether it's distinction worthy or which is an A equivalent, so whether it's A worthy or not. So with food, it was just always one of those things that I loved to learn about it, and I loved just doing the coursework. So I went to sixth form and I saw my grades and here they are. So obviously, as I said before, food science and nutrition is distinction, that's A equivalent. So I got an A in food science and nutrition, which I give God thanks for. I was really happy about that. And then I came to psychology. Now, as I said before, psychology, I've been consistently working at A stars. I've mastered each year, so I can just brush up, revise. So I'm not too stressed, because one thing I don't like is inconvenience and stress. To avoid inconvenience and stress. Yet I'm here in a position where it's an inconvenience and I'm stressed. It didn't, anyways. So with psychology, I got a B, and in my mock I got an A star. So I spoke to the teachers. I said, look, I really need to appeal this grade because I was expecting A star or A at least, and here it says I got a B. What did you send to the assessors? And they were just saying you'd be definitely sent A star because we've seen that you've been getting consistent A stars, and you've just got it back and it says B. just got it back and it says anyways. So then I looked at economics. An A during my mock was an achievement for me, who is not naturally academic or naturally gifted with the skills that economics requires you to have, but I've been working, and here I got a B. Right. So I'm starting to really see this pattern where my grades are being bumped down. I spoke to my head teacher and she said that she'd appeal them for me, because what I actually got in my mock is incredibly higher than what I received on this results paper. And now, don't get me wrong, I think it's important that people hear this very loud and clear. B's are amazing, yeah? A's are amazing. Whatever grade you get, if you're happy with your grade, then it's brilliant. But as for me, because I was working at such a high consistent rate, I was setting myself very high goals. And so one of the things that I did was my university entry requirements were all AAB. So not only was it high with AAB, but my first choice and my second choice uni both had the same entry requirements, because I was working at A star AA. I was so confident that in the worst case scenario, I would still manage to get my entry requirements, which was AAB. But because of this now, I'm seeing pure Bs, and obviously the distinction I'm happy about. But as you can see, my entry requirements for university is A, B, and I only have one A on this page. So because my university entry requirements are so high, it meant that these grades that I was given means that I can't go to my first choice university. Like, when I tell you, those people that know me very well will know how hard I actually worked for my A levels. You'll know how hard I even worked for the mocks. Can you imagine, it's mocks and I'm getting A stars AA. Now I'm seeing this and I can't get into my firm choice. Now as I said before, my firm and my insurance grades were exactly the same, but I'm so thankful to God that my insurance will actually, even though you miss the grades, we will still accept you. But then there's a whole different story. Because not only did I not get the grades to go into my firm choice because of this thing that somehow bumped down my grades for no reason, but I also decided during lockdown that I wanted to change the course, because I was really reflecting on like my purpose in my career, and I'm starting to realize that economics management is good and I love learning about economics. But as I said before, psychology is something that I'm almost naturally gifted at. I find that I just love learning about people, I love learning about behavior. It kind of ties in the elements of business and psychology so that I can apply it into the workplace, so that I can apply it in organizations and industries. And it was just, of course, when I looked at the modules, I just thought, like, it's everything that I'm about, and I absolutely loved it. Because I wanted to change my course, my mentality was, because this business and psychology course has the same entry requirements as my firm option, which is at the same university, Loughborough, I thought, you know, because I feel like I'm going to get the grades, I'll just go there and then I'll see if I can just switch courses. Here I am in this messy situation that is inconvenient and stressful. So the reason why I'm doing this video is just to let people know that everybody has different entry requirements for their uni or for their apprenticeship. And so if you've met the requirements for your uni or your apprenticeship, you should celebrate. You should be so pleased with yourself. And like, I am so happy for the people that actually got the grades that they needed and ended up going to the university they wanted. Like, I'm so happy for you guys, especially in this current climate. Like, something good needs to happen, and I'm so glad it happened. But as for me and my grades, yeah, I'm not sure whose grades these are because all my hard work, like, I get bumped down. what? Like, it made no sense to me. And even the fact that I at the time had a part-time job as well, I spoke to my company and I said, look, I know I love working for you. I've been working for you for nearly 2 years. I need to cut down my contract. I need to rearrange it because I need to focus on my studies. And they were completely happy about it. They were fine. They were very flexible because they understood. I literally dropped everything in my life, even including my social life. Let me just put that out there. And so you'd find that, like, I'd sit in rooms and just study, like library study. Like, you want me to go? No, sorry, studying. When I think of all the studying I did, what I got in my mocks, how happy I was for my mocks, and I look at this, like, it just doesn't look the same, and I'm confused. I'm actually thankful that at the fact I can actually appeal, because there are people out there that can't even appeal. I know that there's people out there that their teachers graded them very harshly on their mocks, and so they're trying to appeal, but they can't because their mocks, you know, that triple lock thing, their mocks are not any higher than the grade that they received, so they can't do anything about it. There are some students where they haven't got into any uni, so they have to go through clearance and think of a brand new uni, a brand new course. You know, there are students that, even though I've appealed, but we have to wait for days. Like, I think someone asked the teacher, how long does it take to appeal? And they said 42 days. So I'll end up finding out my grades, well, my mock grade that I already know, but they confirm it the 7th of September. And so there's all these questions, and it's really confusing. I'm happy that I got my distinction. I'm happy because I did my project as well. I got a B in my project, which I wasn't too fussed about because it was just a project at the end of the day. But I'm happy that I got my distinction. But as for my other grades, I don't think it's a true reflection of the amount of work and effort and the amount of things that I've been putting towards my subjects. And so I just hope that there's a change. Like, I hope that something happens for us young people, because I think it's an unjust, and I don't think it truly reflects like how I work. It's different if I'd done the exam and this is what I got, but I didn't even do the exam, and yet it's considerably lower than what I got in my mock. And so I'm just going to wait for this appeal, hope for the best for what I do have, because I know some people are in a completely different, worse situation than I am, and I acknowledge that. And there are people I look at and think, you really deserve better than what you got. And if another young person, I think I heard this on a radio thing, but someone must have called up and said, you know, if a young person's telling another young person you deserve better, with all this competition here with grades and things, if another young person says no, you deserve better, you just know already that there's something wrong. There must be something not right. And so, you know, this is all I can really say for now. I'll probably do a follow-up video just to show you and tell you what's been happening. I'm glad that my grades weren't as bad as it could have been, because I know some people were bumped down like 6 grades. What? 6 grades? But yeah, I have been affected by this standardization thing, and it's just not fun. But you know, we move. Yeah, that's it really. Till next time.